Now, the Baby Proteas will be joining the Spar Proteas on a tour to Jamaica, with the action starting on the 18th of this month. To preview this important tour for our national teams, we've roped in the Baby Proteas head coach, Precious Mthembu, before she jets off this morning to Jamaica. Precious, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
So before we speak about Jamaica and what the prospects are looking like for the Baby Proteas, perhaps just give us an update in terms of your preparations for the Youth World Cup out in Gibraltar, in terms of the targets you set for yourself when the preparation started versus where you are now. How is that looking?
Firstly, I just want to say, Netball South Africa is doing an incredible job in development in netball in the country. It's been really hard to choose the squad of players. The girls are really putting their hand up to be in the plane and getting up to the World Cup. The preparations have been really good. We've had an opportunity of being part of the Spar National Champs now. We were able to play against the top teams, which was really good. And then I was able to scatter around for other talents, which I added to a squad of about 25 players leading on towards the whole entire year. Leaving today for Jamaican series. I think it's really, really good to start off the year with just tough competition. And, just some of the girls, it's the first time being on the plane, first time getting international exposure. So it's grassroots level at the moment, and hopefully it's going to be a good year for us with a lot of competition ahead of us, and being part of the TNL, being part of other competition throughout the whole year.
Now, we speak about looking at the Baby Proteas, and we know that they've been relatively very active, but there's always room for improvement, and you've touched now on the national champs. How important is it them participating in the national champs to get that very competitive game time in?
It's very, very important. The more games you play, the better you get. And for us as coaches, we're able to see combinations. We're able to see where we can touch base on and tick some boxes. And also, for the girls to understand the assignment of what it means to wear the gold and green. Really, that's what's the important thing. It's not just, being in the squad. It's about, being mentally ready, physically ready. That all goes with, doing the program, training program, and, making sure that we mold and get these players into international level, and making understand that they need to be able to stand up against tough teams such as England, Australia, and the New Zealand teams who are, doing such an amazing job, and some of their players are playing in the senior level.
When we look at building up to Gibraltar 2025, and as a head coach of the Baby Proteas, do you have any major concerns building up to making Gibraltar?
I wouldn't say really major concern. With the support of Netball South Africa and the other stakeholders. It's just been amazing to, get all the support from different sides. When I'm asking for things, can I get a camp, can I get this, they've been amazing. And I'll be able to go around in between the competition to do remote training with the girls, making sure that they're in par and their fitness level is how they're supposed to be. So the concern is really not that major, but it's things that can be sorted out and things that can be, done before the World Cup is there.
So basically your biggest problem right now is figuring out which players make the cut and which ones don't, because we know the pool that you're working with. Let's speak about Jamaica now. Going into Jamaica, you're leaving this morning. What are your expectations there, and what do you want to take out from going up against this Jamaican team?
The Jamaican team, they're well known about, their physicality, their height. So we'll have a look at the first game. We haven't really played Jamaica in such a long time. So we will take it game by game. It's really about, this maintaining our own game, and also to have a look at how they play. By the time we play them in the World Cup, we'll be able to capitalize and see their weaknesses, their strength, and what they're good at. And obviously, coming back from the series now, we're able to see what we need to do back home and see other players who can maybe just do the work for us. But I think the girls are pretty excited, and it's a start of the year. They need this kind of competition, and for us as coaches, we need to see what we need to tick some boxes and head on towards the World Cup.
Now, you've been working with this group of players for quite a long time, even before you became the head coach of the Baby Proteas. When you sit now and you look back, it's like your baby. And some of the improvements that you've seen over the years, what would you say are some of those great things that you've seen in terms of this group of players, in terms of the style of play, the way they go out into competition?
Yeah, I've worked with some of them, especially last year we used some of them for the qualifiers. What I like about them is the willingness of winning, and you know, there's no complaining, there's no moaning. I mean, they're quite young, but they understand the assignments. I think being coached by the two of us, Pums and myself, and being former players, pro players, they actually appreciate us being there, and when you tell them things, they know that we've done them when we were playing as well. So they trust our decisions, and they trust everything that we tell them. So yeah, I think it's exciting to see how we are the ones who are building them, and hopefully some of them will getting the call up to the senior team.
Hopefully they will be. Precious, thank you so much for your time this morning, and all the best starts in Jamaica.
Thank you so much.
That is the head coach of the Baby Spar Proteas, Precious Mthembu, speaking about the Baby Proteas, of course, building up to Gibraltar 2025. But first, they go off to Jamaica today.